Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of In the Studio. Today we're going to be taking another look at the CAP 200, the Schlagwerk Cajon Pedal, and we're going to start to integrate additional instruments into our setup as we work to create a world percussion drum set, what I call a world hybrid kit. If you haven't already, please reach down and subscribe and turn on the notifications for this channel. And if you can, if you're so inspired, please leave a like and share this video. It's the best way as I try to grow this channel to reach more people with some more knowledge about drums and percussion from all around the world. Also, if you have an idea for a topic or a subject, a question that you might have about something you've seen me do, put it down into the comments. I do check them regularly, and I always look for inspiration and ideas upon which to base future videos. So if you have an idea, put it down there, and I will add it to the list of things to discuss. But without further ado, let's start talking about integrating more voices here into our setup. So today, inside of our setup, I have added this nice djembe. This is a very, very nice, low throaty drum, okay? They just put a brand new head on this for me, and I purposefully had them put it a little bit lower because I wanted some of that low timbre to be in the drum specifically for this type of an application. So what we're going to talk about now, the way that I use the Cajon Foot Pedal a lot as I start to assemble this kit around me is I'm often asked to play the role of a full percussion section for a lot of the different artists that I play with. I work for artists a lot from the Middle East, from Iran, from India, and so within that musical aesthetic, sometimes they only have budget to hire one guy, or they just really like what it is that I do with these instruments and they just want me to cover everything. And so this is part of the solution that I started to put together to solve that particular musical problem. All right, that starts off with the cajon with the foot pedal. All right, so decidedly I'm moving this over into that drum set paradigm. I am going to approach this more as a drum set player so that I've got multiple layers of voices. I have bass level voices, I have mid-range voices, and then I have higher up voices. All right, and I want to access all of those different timbres and registers as I piece together grooves. Okay, so adding the djembe into this, let me just give you a little demonstration what I'm talking about. All right, so basically I've got this 4 on the floor idea that I'm doing with the foot pedal, okay? A lot of the artists that I play with, they just want to have a nice, heavy, driving beat, okay? 12/8 time signature. I also have my ankle rattles sort of pulsing in unison what's happening over here on the foot, and that's more of an orchestration thing. Really what we're here to talk about is the coordination between the djembe and the cajon, okay? So in general, this is where these two worlds collide, the drum set world along with the hand drum world. In general, I want to avoid redundancies, okay? I don't want to be playing 2 bass tones on 2 different surfaces at the same time, except in those rare occasions. And keep in mind, I'm improvising, all right? Even as I do this video here, I'm improvising as I kind of go through a few different ideas, and I want to highlight a couple of concepts. While it does happen within the course of a groove that those 2 tones are played at the same time, it's not how I orchestrate the grooves, and it's not the place where I start figuring out what to play to accompany a particular song. Rather, I want to start thinking in that linear concept where each voice plays independently, no vertical alignment, and I'm going to alternate. Now I've got 3 voices to go between: the foot, the right hand, the left hand. So in this 12/8 context, a couple of basic combinations we have. My foot on each downbeat, right hand on the bass tone, left hand on the tenor tone, or the snare sound, the higher sound here, right? That's beat 1. So practice this. All right, so I've got my left foot pulsing on each dotted quarter, right? Foot right, left, foot right, left. Well, I can change that combination. Okay, there's a couple of different ways that I'm approaching the djembe here. Certainly I've got a bass tone here coming all the way over. I'm playing the edge just with my fingertip, something like a frame drum or a bongo stroke right on the edge, and I get a nice hard wooden crack with some nice overtone shimmer. For a pop, I'm playing a closed pop here right off of the bass tone. Okay, that's a really nice color. Remember, your slap should be controlled. A slap is a type of articulation. It's not an accent. It can be played as an accent, but it needs to be controlled dynamically. You should be able to play your pops very soft. Okay? And if you can't, that's something to practice, because it's a really great aesthetic to work to achieve. Okay? Now, back to what we're saying here. We've got our 4 on the floor going. Now alternate. Okay, and all I'm doing, I'm keeping the foot patterns the same. Both my right, left foot are in unison. And then I'm alternating whether or not I'm playing a high tone or a low tone with my right and left hand. But that cycle is the same. Foot, right, left, foot, right, left. Very, very simple business. Of course, you can reverse that, play foot, left, right. And if you listen to that, I'm getting sort of a shape in my bass tones. Even the lights are excited. Right, so there's so much you can do here from just a very simple standpoint to very simple coordination combos with the foot driving the ship, okay? Now, the rest that I'm doing here is I'm kind of improvising, and in my mind I'm thinking of this 12/8. I kind of keep a 12/8 Gankogui pattern going, gong, gi, 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 gong, gi, 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 gong. That standard 12/8 A-way pattern that is so popular nowadays. I kind of keep that as a refrain in my head, and then I improvise in and around with those tones, and I keep that 4 on the floor moving with my foot. Now, as I've been practicing a little bit more over the past few days, I've had the foot pedal for about 2 weeks or so. So over that time, as I've been practicing this, I've become quite obsessed with double strokes, especially between these two different surfaces. Double strokes that lead to a completion of the idea with the foot pedal. So something of a 5-stroke roll. So to do that between two surfaces, that's very hip. Of course, if you can see here what I'm doing with the djembe, the double strokes that I'm playing are just mainly like conga double strokes. My flat palm comes down and then I kick up with the toe, okay? And that's how, I'm going to play this double here on the djembe. The double stroke with my left hand, however, on the cajon, I'm not doing that. I'm just playing only with the fin here, with the pad of my hand on the fingers. I should say the fingertips right here. Yeah, the paddle. So there's a couple of options. Obviously, you can finish the 5-stroke roll with a bass tone or, or pop. Okay. Or the hipper thing to do is to finish with your foot. Now, if I put that back into my 12/8, there it is. This is stuff to practice, guys. It's a lot of fun. Absolutely, it's a lot of fun to play music, on really well-made gear. And I think the CAP 200 is really worth its weight, guys. For those of you who are cajon players looking for a good pedal solution, I think it's really great. You do have to finagle it and work it kind of bit to get it dialed in to where the most optimal music making is coming out of it. But very easy to adjust the pedal. There's some more stuff coming in a couple days. Come back, check in with the channel here in a couple of days. I've got some more ideas that I can hit you guys to. Until next time, happy drumming.
If you liked this video and want to see more like it, please hit the subscribe button. Visit my website for more information on tours, upcoming performances, and updates on all my projects. Thanks so much, and don't forget to share this video.